Good afternoon, my cuties and beauties, and welcome back to another one of my videos, Saving Pennies with Jenny. We're here in my stockpile room, and I wanted to go over another story time that I wanted to share with you all because since my last story time was very successful, I wanted to give you all another one. And this one is not going to have that much of a happy ending, but I just want y'all to know what us couponers go through, you know, on sometimes a daily basis, or we encounter this regardless. One of the things us couponers go through is if we see another couponer, it becomes a doggy dog world, believe it or not. I personally only have two CVS accounts that I currently use, but I do have five in total. But I don't use my other three accounts because sometimes it gets a little overwhelming having all those five accounts being active at this, well, using them all at the same time, because sometimes the products run out. And not just that, but I feel like by me having all those accounts, I feel like I am not letting the next person be able to take advantage of those same deals that I'm doing. I feel like there's plenty of room for us couponers to share, but there's a lot of couponers out there that don't feel the same way, you know. And there was a point that I even met a couponer that had 15 CVS accounts. Okay. I was like, how are you even making this happen? That's insane. But I mean, teach their own, but I saw that person, and this was when I barely started couponing, okay? I saw her take so many toothpastes, like almost her cart was like filled with them, and below that were all her like shampoos and body washes. But I didn't understand why she was doing it because I was barely in the process of learning, and I don't even know why I did this. But I actually went up to her and I asked her, "Can you please help me coupon?" And then she says, "I'm sorry, I don't understand English." So I was like, okay, like, it's no problem. And I told her, "Está bien, it's okay," in Spanish. I started speaking to her in Spanish. I told her, "It's okay. I could speak Spanish, so I understand English and Spanish. So if you can only speak Spanish, cool, I understand it. Like, please teach me, You know what the chick did? She just walked away from me. I got very sentimental to the point that I cried. I cried. Like, I'm a very emotional person, so I always believe in always helping one out. Whenever there's a new person asking me how to coupon, I tell them right away. If I see another couponer in the store, I'll go up to them because I already know them. Sorry, I don't just go up to any couponer. There's a few couponers that I actually know because you do build friendships along the way, as far as meeting other couponers and cashiers, employees, and all that stuff. Like, everyone is like so nice to me, thank goodness, because they're not always like that. But going back to the story, there was a time that I'm not gonna say her first. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm just gonna give her I'm just gonna give you all the first initial. Okay, she is such a sweetheart. Like, whenever I see her, I go up to her. I say, "Hey, how you doing?" This and that, and um, like I'll tell her like, "What are you doing?" This and that, and she'll tell me like, "Oh, I'm here, this and that. I'm getting the Olay deals. I'm getting this and that, whatever." And then she's like, "I need a filler item, but I don't know what to get, this and that, because I don't want to go too high and too low." So what us couponers like to do, we like to help each other out by giving like what other specials they have, because as a couponer, one couponer will know one deal and another coupon will know the other deals, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or there's couponers like me that memorize the whole thing, you know what I mean? So I told her, I was like, "The Ziplocs are on sale, girl, like you could use that as a filler." And she's like, "Thank you, yes, that's true." Like, so she got very happy because I was there to help her. Instead of her having to spend more out of pocket, she was only able to use a Ziploc that was priced at 88 cents, and it went a long way because she was able to get her Walgreens cast, etc., whatever she was getting. And yes, you will come across couponers like me that are willing to help you out, and you're going to have couponers that are wanting you to fail. Why do they want you to fail? So they could be greedy and be able to get everything for themselves, So that's why, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's always best just to follow people on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, just to be getting these deals. Because if you try asking for help, in the store from another couponer, if you're lucky to find one at that moment that you're in, they might not want to help you. You know, I have this other friend that is also a couponer. I'm gonna initial her name as O. And she's a special couponer. She doesn't have the patience for anybody, but I love her to death. You know, she is a very good couponer. She's very cool, very nice, very sweet. But when it comes to her having to teach other people how to coupon, or even me, like tell me like, oh, this and that, you know, like she doesn't want to waste her time. She'll tell me it super fast, like so fast. What the deal is, if I got it, badass. If I didn't, she's not repeating it for me. I can tell you that much. But I love her so much because her and I, we have a little thing going on in the sense that she looks out for me and vice versa. I look out for her. She knows that I love Coca-Cola products. I love them. Like I could die for them. And right now we have a special going on with the Coke products at Dollar General. There's 12 packs of Coca-Cola for $12, right? And then if you use your 5 off 25, so on and so forth, even more discounts. She was nice enough to hook me up with some coupons. I had more, but these are the last 2 I have left because your girl already took advantage of the deal. So she gave me these, and she also gave me these, and she gave me these for my husband. Again, she gave me more, but I already used a lot of them because there's also another deal going on, also at Dollar General, that there's 5 Gatorades for $5, which is a good deal. And then they also have this these 2 other digital coupons. I don't know on the top of my head, but she also gave me these also to be able to throw into that same transaction. With that being said, she is a cool couponer, but at the same time, when it comes to new people, she's not so friendly. With me, thank goodness she was so friendly, you know, but she didn't teach me all the stuff that I know right now because of her. I was able to learn everything through other couponers, because I would copycat their same deals, and I would question like, why are they doing this? Why are they getting that product? Why only some specific scents work? Why? The sizes, the scent, the brand, you know, like what's the deal? So I had to kind of learn that, like with the help of the other YouTubers, but also having to use my common sense in that factor. And there's other couponers that when they see you in the store, they will literally just walk past by you and just look at your cart and just like turn the other way, you know. And I'm so dumb, like seriously, I'm so dumb that I know that they don't like me and I still tell them hi or good morning or this and that. I don't know why. I don't know why I waste my time. I guess that's just how I was brought up, to always say hi, thank you, manners, you know. I always use good manners. And there's a lot of people that just don't deserve them nowadays. You know, keep in mind, this lady's older than me, okay? She's like in her mid-50s, maybe her late 50s, you know. But she has an attitude that is out of this world. You know what I mean? And whenever she sees me, or not just me, but my other friend, Kay, if she sees her too, she'll just look at her. And sometimes she'll even roll her eyes. Like, come on, you know, but I'm not going to even get to that level when it comes to other couponers with that kind of an attitude. It's like I've said, there's plenty of room for everyone to eat, especially when it comes to saving money. You know, I don't know why they make it seem like if this is their whole world, you know, like there's enough products for everyone to go around, you know. It's just insane. And what's crazy is that she goes on a Sunday. Everyone knows that new deals happen on Sundays. So she's there bright and early, you know, and she really has her little attitudes, considering that everyone knows that the store is filled with those items, you know, because once you're there on a Sunday morning, the store is filled, you know. It's beautiful, you know. Coming Monday, Tuesday, it starts getting a little bit less. Yeah, coming the end of the week, like Friday, Saturday, you're lucky to even get a couple of deals, you know, because the longer you wait, the less chances there is to be getting the good deals, the best deals. Now, the last con I have is the cashiers, the employees. Thank goodness, all the employees have been very nice to me, except for two. One of them was at CVS, and another one is at Dollar General. The one at CVS, she was a rascal. You know, she hated other couponers. The only reason I was able to get all this info was because another CVS employee let me know the details about her. And you know what this chick would do? And I saw it, but I never questioned it because I don't like to think negative, you know? So there was a time that I went at night and I saw all the like the good deals in the back of the register, like on the side, like, you know, where they're charging like right here. I saw it like on the side, like there, like on the floor. And I asked an employee, I was like, what is all that stuff doing there? Like all that stuff that I see there, that's the new deals of the week for tomorrow. And they're all like, well, you know that cashier, the one that you don't like that much? I was like, yeah. She's like, well, that's for her family. I was like, what? She has 3 family members with 5 different accounts each. And they come here and they buy everything. They empty out everything. But she always gets the first dibs because she's the one that opens, and she always has everything there for her family. So once they get there, they're able to snag all that stuff, you know? And when I would get there early that same time, there was hardly anything left, you know? And I thought that was wrong. And I asked her, I was like, how long has she been doing this? And she's like, forever. I was like, no wonder, because every time I come on a Sunday, which is so weird, you know, almost everything is gone. You know, I'm lucky to even get toothpaste and the Granny Fruities, which everybody knows that these are, there's like tons of these, you know, in the shelves. So I was like, has anyone complained? They're like, yeah, there has been a lot of people that have complained, but nothing has gone done. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, something is about to get done. So I reported her. And the way I reported her was I went to the website of that location, and on the Google review, I made like a little bad comment, you know. And it's not that I was like bashing her like intentionally. I was bashing her because she wasn't being fair with the items, you know, and she was favoring her family versus everyone else who's trying to get the same deals that she was grabbing for her family, which I didn't think that was cool at all. So what I did was I made a complaint about it. I told my husband, complain, because this is not right. So he made another complaint on his Google account until finally they told her something about it, you know. And I'm not sure if it was because of me or because others were also complaining about her. But I made it to the point that something had to get done because this wasn't right, you know. So long story short, they ended up firing her because of the little things she was doing. You know, that's not right. I mean, if you're there early in the morning to get your stuff, that's on you, you know, like that's the fair way to go. But if you have an employee that has the stuff and they have so many of that same product, so no other couponers could be able to snag that item, that's wrong. You don't do that. That's not cool. So another con about couponing is if the managers are also involved in this, you know. And I say involved like they hate us couponers. There's a Dollar General close to my house, and this lady hates us couponers, like hates us with a passion. You know what I mean? Like, she will follow us around the store, which is very sad because it makes me uncomfortable. But she makes it seem like if I'm getting stuff, and keep in mind, all I take to the store is one of these notebooks so I could write down the deals, making sure my math is mathing correctly, and a small little purse. Keep in mind, not even this could fit in that purse, okay? Like, it's insane. It's insane, okay? So she follows couponers around the store, and I know couponers because I'm not the only couponer that would go to that store, because I have other friends that are couponers that would go to that store because we live close by, so we obviously will go to that same Dollar General. So with that being said, other couponers stop going to that Dollar General, and we will go to another one that was like maybe like 2 miles away from where I live. Compared to this Dollar General, I only live like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes away tops But yet I don't go to that one anymore because of the nasty manager that is there. She's horrible. And I've complained to Dollar General, but they don't listen to me. They do not listen to me, which is insane. You think, like CVS would take action, like how CVS took action, I'm sorry. You think Dollar General would do the same thing. Nope. At least they haven't done anything to her yet. And I'm still not giving up because I will make another complaint, because I am planning on going to that one because gas is getting a little bit more expensive. So I'm not going to be going to the other Dollar General when this one is like literally right there. So I'm going to go again, and if in case I feel very uncomfortable with her, I'm going to report it again. And again and again and again, and if I have to. And another thing she does is that she only lets one couponer use only one transaction. Like, okay, what if I want to do 2 transactions? If I have the 5 off 25 paper coupon, she will not even let me use it, even if I'm using the same transaction, like the same account. I'm sorry, if I'm using the same account, she will not let me use. She'll let me use the digital one, but then she will not let me use the paper coupon, which is not fair because it's under the same number. I'm not changing numbers. She will not let me do it, even if it's like different items. Let's say if I purchase the Garnier Fructis and the Secret deodorant in one transaction, and then I have the Olay body washes in another one, it's a different transaction, total different concept. She won't let me do that. She will not let me do that. She will literally tell me, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Even though you already used your 5 off 25, that's all you could do. You can't do another 5 off 25 here. And I went through the guidelines. I went through all that good stuff. I reported it. And no, all they told me was that they were going to look at the cameras and that they were going to go from there. I went through the whole process, but nothing has gone done with that lady yet. But yes, those are the little cons, like little pros and cons on couponing. As far as the pros, you do end up meeting a lot of good couponer friends along the way. The cons, well, I just told you all the cons. But yes, if y'all have ever experienced anything that you'd like to share with us, please let us know in the comments below. I'd really love to hear y'all stories as far as the pros and cons when y'all coupon, because there's a lot more crazier stories than mine, I bet. And I really love to hear what y'all have to say. But if y'all enjoyed this video, please drop me a like and a comment, and really hope you all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. And don't forget to love one another. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more true stories of everything I experienced as a couponer. And most importantly, don't forget to stay hydrated, my friends. I love y'all. Bye.